All right, very cool. Good to go, Gary. Everybody give it up for IBB James.
Good job, Gary.
We got Caitlin, who's our community coordinator. So give yourselves a little pat on the back today, real quick. They're awesome. All right. I have a lot of lots of stuff I would love to say. Number one thing is when I like next week I'm going to talk to finance majors, all the graduating finance people at Cleveland State University. And I'm going to tell them pretty much the same stuff I'm going to tell you. So what's nice is you don't have to wait to graduate from college to get some of this fundamental things that I've learned, unfortunately, the hard way. But the business that I'm in is, we run our own business, and we'll go a little more into Team IBB, teamibb.com if you're like, okay, what is this a real thing? But how we got into business was graduated college and no jobs. So if you have a college degree, does that guarantee that you have a job?
No.
Does it guarantee that you have a job that actually pays enough money to pay back your student loans?
No.
Student loans are terrible. All right, so, but anyway, I graduated, so I went to Wilby South, graduated high school there. All I wanted to do was run track. Okay, so my grades were good enough to where a coach left me alone, my dad left me alone, everybody left me alone. So that's not, I would challenge you to not just get good enough grades to where people leave you alone. All right? Take pride in yourself and what you're turning in. And I'll get into how everything you turn in is a job interview. But go to college. I was going to teach because all I really wanted to do was coach track. All right? And so you please take care of your teachers because there's so much behind the scenes that they have to take care of, and it takes a person with a lot of guts, a lot of passion, a lot of love to do that. Because I spent every education class I took, like, whoa, this is intense. Like, I just want to coach. So ultimately, I was like, okay, I'm halfway through college. I thought I wanted to teach so I could coach. Ended up getting double major in English and communications, double minor in psychology and writing. I was president of student government for 2 years, graduated with honor. Again, I got hurt. I hurt my hip. So it was the first time I couldn't just go be an athlete and get away with stuff. So the best thing that happened to me in college was my athletic dreams crashed, and it made me fall in love with being a lifelong learner. Okay? I am not naturally smart. I am not I ask these guys, I don't remember anything. I don't get it the first time around, I don't get it the third time around. But for me, I pretty much fail through life and learn as I go. I try to take the lesson from all my failures. So internship in communications got me into finance. Hated it. And I thought that when I graduated college, walked across the stage, there was going to be a line of employers like, James, you worked so hard, you built that resume. It was great. You did such a good job. We've been waiting all this time for you, James Schleicher. No, how many employers were at graduation day to hire me?
None.
No, thank you. Thank you. All right, bonus points. All right, so that's the thing to remember. You have to work hard, and you have to take care of it. You have to love it. You have to. I'll talk about building social capital, but no one is waiting for you to have your dream job. No one's waiting for your dreams to come true. Does that make sense? I wish it was the other way around. Okay, so yes, I had a pretty much panic mode as to, okay, what do? I hated my internship, but it was the only place I could find a job. So I got into finance, and first 5 years. So there is what you do for a living, okay? But the most important thing is who you are and why you do it, okay? So Team IBB, IBB stands for I've been burned. So I knew finance was a great way to be my own boss, to if I was going to succeed, I wanted it to be because I worked harder than everybody else. If I was going to fail, I wanted it because I didn't work harder than everybody else. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
I found out as I started understanding how money works. Again, I had no experience in finance. I had $18 in my checking account. I had $50,000 in student loan debt. And I was lucky because my grandma let me move into her basement. And when I told her that I was going to go into business for myself versus like just getting some regular job that I could probably get with my degree, she started crying. So here I am all excited. I'm going to follow my dream. I'm going to go into business. I'm going to work hard. And she started crying. Why can't you just use your degrees? So we'll kind of get more into that as well, but you do not need money to help people with money. Money is learned. So if you, right now, there's so much information out there. A lot of times there's so much information it gets confusing. But you know, more in the Q&A if you want, like different books or different ideas, I can give that to you. But money is a learned skill, and money follows relationships and trust. So, anybody heard of financial capital?
I think
All right.
so.
So, financial capital, how much money you have, right? Or how much wealth you have. All right. So, how was I doing? I have a negative 50,000 and a positive 18. How am I doing so far?
Terrible.
Terrible. The worst. All right. The worst. All right. So thank you. Thank you. It still hurts a little. All right. But the number one thing I would bless you. The number one thing I would challenge you to do is build social capital. So anybody heard of social capital before?
Yeah.
Okay. So social capital right now. So I'm assuming you guys are friends, hang out, right?
Yes.
All right. Do you hang out with all these guys and gals?
I barely
No.
You guys kind of know each other?
I
Maybe?
have a class with him and him.
Okay. All right. So,
I hang out with Michael.
all right. Do you have to hang out with someone to be their friend?
Yes.
No. It all depends on who they are.
To be a good human being, do you need to hang out all the time and have the same interests?
No.
No,
Not really.
I mean, sometimes.
You can just associate.
Correct. So social capital is basically being a good human being to other people for no other reason than that's what you should do and take pride in it. So I have no money, no experience, so I called my buddy from high school. He knows I don't know anything about money. He knows I just couldn't find a job. But if I was a terrible human being to him in high school or middle school, will he have an appointment with me to talk about his money?
Of course not.
No.
How would you do that?
Okay?
You don't like you. You would not like you.
If I didn't hang out with him all the time. We didn't have common interests. But I was a good human being and was kind to him and looked out for him for no other reason than, hey, that's what good people do. Is he gonna give me, he'd be like, oh, James, I know you don't know anything about money, but I know you're a good guy. I'll give you a shot. I trust you. We have a good relationship. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So nobody told me what social capital was. Nobody told me, hey, James, one day you're gonna have your own business, or you're gonna be in a sales role or financial role, whatever. You will need each other one day, down the road. And the success you have is gonna be based upon how you treated that other person long before there was a dollar sign attached to your relationship. Does that make sense? So when you grow up, you want to make money, okay?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Money.
How about that? So why should I give you my money if you weren't nice to me?
You should.
Right? So
No.
does everybody understand social capital?
Yeah.
Be building social capital because can you learn from people that come from different backgrounds, people that come from completely different experiences in life? Can you learn more about life from them than just every day of your own life doing what you always do?
Yeah.
Okay. So, every day's a job interview. So, who here knows what they want to do when they grow up?
Me.
All right, good. Anybody else? Good? I'm gonna pick on you, my man. What's your name?
Hey.
What's that? Mauricio? Okay. Mauricio, sorry. I was gonna bend, I can't hear very well anymore. So Mauricio, alright. In your gut, what do you want to be when you grow up? There's whatever it is, go. You know right now? Pick what's one thing you like. Soccer? Alright. So, would you like to play soccer in college, in high school? Or would you want to be like a commentator or like an analyst? Like, would you want, what's that? To play? Okay. So in your gut, you want to play, you're like me, right? Want to run track. I don't know anything else about life, but I know I want to run track. Stay with me, guys. Stay with me. Okay? So, what's your name? Monique? Okay. So, Monique, she goes to school. What's degree or career that you're passionate about right now? Playing basketball. Okay. So, she gets signed to WNBA. All right?
Oh yeah.
Is she going to have connections in the sports world that encompasses soccer?
No.
No.
Oh yeah. Yes.
So her agent says, yeah, I work with soccer players. Right? So, Mauricio, right? Mauricio Monique. Okay, Mauricio Monique. See, I told you I don't remember stuff, so I'm terrible. So Mauricio says, hey, they're having tryouts for the Columbus Crew. Okay? Soccer team, right? Yes? Show my ignorance. If only I knew somebody who I had a good relationship with and built social capital that was in the sports world that had an agent. Could you reach out to Monique and say, hey, do you think your agent could come to my tribe, the Columbus Crew, and back me up? Is that possible? Right? So Monique, if he's a good person to you, all through high school and even I'll say outside of school, especially outside of school, when there's no teachers or people to force you to behave, right? So if he's a good person indefinitely to you, will you say, let me see what I can do, or you tell him no? So yeah. Okay, do you see what? Social capital. So that's some, obviously, can that happen? Can that situation, whether it's soccer, basketball, finance, business, communication, marketing, can that same scenario play out in between all of you somewhere down the line?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So, be good at her, all right? She's your key to success. All right, what's up, my man?
So are you technically the founder of this company?
Yes. So I'll get a little more into that. How we doing on time?
Not much.
Sorry, running out of time. I'll get to the Q&A. But every day is a job interview, so bless you, brother. What is your least favorite subject in school? It's okay. It's a safe space. Math? Okay. Here's the deal. I work with, in finance, you have to work with numbers. In business, you have to work with numbers. If you're making money in any way, shape, or form, are you working with numbers?
Yeah.
Yes. So, I was really good at math until they started introducing what's called algebra, where a number plus a letter plus another letter equals a number, and I was like, I do not follow you. So, there's math, and then there's money, and there's math, and then there's fun. So, like, you need math, but if Monique never got one math problem right, but she always went the extra mile, spent the extra time, always turned in her homework on time, always had a positive attitude, was always taking care of her fellow classmates, if she's got her dream job, like, no problem. I just need to talk to your middle school teacher, your math teacher in middle school. If she let her likiness, that's not a word, but even if she doesn't like math, even if she's not good at it, but she puts in 110% and always turns things in on time and shows her work, shows the effort, never has an. So if Monique comes like, oh, I tried. I said, hey, I tried. Mr. and Mrs. Teacher, tell me how I can improve. Tell me how I can get better. That dream job, they're going to interview that math teacher, right? How you act and what you turn in is what that is the ultimate, whether you have your dream job or not. Does that make sense? So take pride in math, not because you like it, but because of what the outcome of proving to everybody in the world that no one can outwork you, no one can out-hustle you. That make sense? All right. Heck yeah. Zach. Got me fired up. All right, so we're gonna go to the Q&A. I know you have like little sheets with questions and all that, but let's start with yours, if that's okay.
So you created a company by yourself. Like, it's like a building, or it's international?
It's well. So question: with the internet, can anything be global? Can any company be an international company? All right. So I'm licensed in pretty much every state in America. So I have clients in Alaska, clients in, I don't have clients in Hawaii, that'd be cool, but California, Florida, all that fun stuff. So the finance part, we have to, there's certain restrictions on where your licenses are, what types of products and services are offered in different places. But when it comes to, like, we're getting into, we've had financial clients that have to do life coaching. Right now, public speaking, we have people that want to pay us to come in and speak to their employees, to their teams. So that in itself is what we have a YouTube channel. It's IBB TV. It's us just basically talking about top 3 keys to success that people have experienced in life, and there's some other nonsense that we do on there. But yeah, so that's the thing, is anything can be global as long as you are on the internet. You know, you're on Instagram, we get people liking us from our YouTube channel. You can track where people are watching, and you got people watching all the world. It's kind of cool. But yeah, so keep that in mind too. Everything you put on the internet, on social media, wherever, not just you and your close family friends have access to that post. The entire world does. So use it to your advantage. Go ahead, my man.
How many years have you been doing this?
What's that?
How many years have you been doing this?
10. So,
So he's like 32.
And
yeah, I'm 33. Oh man. So with
and year
That's
salary.
right.
what's that?
And year salary.
Your salary.
How much?
So if you start your own business, do you get a salary?
Wait.
Yeah, you do. With all that money that makes.
Yes. No.
No, you don't.
What?
If your business grows enough,
Make your business.
you make so me, my salary is whatever. So January 1 starts over. It's very stressful. But January 1 starts. I'm like, okay, here we go again. So for me, my income is based off of the revenue that I bring in. Okay. So I will tell you, my first year, I worked 7 days a week. I worked probably about 12, 15-hour days. I pretty much lived at the office. And then also, too, I would drive 3-4 hours away to knock on someone's door that said they were interested in finance, and they wouldn't answer the door. And I could hear them through the window saying, oh, shh, it's a finance guy, don't answer it.
Oh.
That's
All right. So again, that doesn't happen anymore. Everybody comes to me, but that's the thing, is take pride in all the suffering you gotta go through in life, because what's gonna get you through the next step in life is all of the nonsense you had to put up with in the current step. Does that make sense? So that's where I make $26,000 working 80, 90 hours a week, and I would drive, so Progressive Insurance is a great company. I would drive by Progressive buildings on 271 on the freeway after coming back from that 3-hour drive there, just to have someone pretty much just like stomp on my soul and say, you're not worth anything. Driving back, when I would pass those buildings, I would literally, like a crazy person, I'd probably be like, why am I not working at Progressive? Why am I in business still? What am I doing with my life? And if you're not asking yourself, you should be like, right now, middle school, you should be like, what am I doing? Why? So that's where it's so important. Go with your gut. Your head is always gonna be too loud. So if I was logical and I always thought with my head, I would say, that was terrible. I need to grow up and I need to just fall in line, get a salary, right? This business stuff is, my grandma told me so. She said it wouldn't work. Of course it doesn't work.
No.
My heart, if I was I'd be too emotional. Okay? It was very hard getting rejected over and over and over. All right? But you can get too emotional. In your gut though, in my gut, that's what I'm saying. What in your gut tells you, your gut tells you everything you need. You already know what you want in life. So go do it. But in my gut, I'm like, I can do this. Everyone says I can't. So I'm gonna go do it anyway. Does that make sense? So I'll tell you, you know, I made 26 grand in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, that's not great.
Is that normal? No.
No.
Okay? But when it comes down to the financial world, there is so much opportunity. I'm top 6% in the world when I do. I'm very lucky. But I've worked extremely hard. And social capital. I dare you to care more about my clients and the people that I interact with. I dare you to care more. So that's what I'm getting at is don't follow the dollar signs. Follow the mission. It's not the money, it's the mission. All right? Because people over time will start flocking to you. Because you stand for something. Does that make sense?
It does.
So, salary, you can go work at the bank and get a salary. You don't have to just completely go into business for yourself, but you're gonna work similar hours. You're gonna have to hit like very strict, like you're gonna have to, especially like now in banking, what's tough is everything's online. So if I'm the advisor inside the bank, I have to cross my fingers that someone's gonna come in today and want to invest, right? So there were days, I was like, why am I not working at the bank? People just walk in. But again, if you want something bad enough, you have to be willing to go out and get it and get rejected over and over again to have, you know what I'm saying, have the life you want. Does that make sense? So, very good question. Sorry, I'm always on my rants. So, what other questions we got?
I forgot to get enough of papers.
Okay, all right. We got one right here.
Someone have one. I don't.
What's that third one? Or eighth one?
What makes this career rewarding?
What makes a career rewarding? I'm James, by the way. What's your name?
I'm Stephanie.
Stephanie? All right, give it up for Stephanie. All right. What makes this career rewarding is you're living it right now. What makes this career rewarding is that I get the opportunity to do what I want, when I want, how I want, within the confines of be a good person, take care of others. So like, when we got asked to come in and speak, do you think I thought about it, or do you think I said, yes, we're in?
Yes. Yeah.
Right, okay? So when you know, people are my oxygen. Helping people is my oxygen. That's what makes life worth breathing to me. So the most rewarding thing for my career is financially, it's given me the opportunity to do two things. One, afford to go out and do things and not have to work no, I'm working every day. Let's be very clear. I work all day, all the time. But there's a difference between work and helping people. Does that make sense? So, financially, over time, like I said, $18, 50 grand student loan debt, I had a lot of work to do. 26 grand for my first year, I could barely afford to live in grandma's basement, okay? So, the number one reward is when people call me and say, James, I'm ready to retire. I couldn't have done this without you. They call me, James, we need to talk about saving for the future for our baby. Don't tell anybody because you're the first person we thought of when we found out we were pregnant. Or James, I got my dream job. Thank you for helping me get through all the tough times in my business. Or in jumping from career to career, trying to, again, I don't limit what I'm gonna do for someone. If it's finance, cool. But I have attorneys, accountants, realtors, I have people all around the community that I trust, that I personally work with, that is, again, I'm able to be the central hub for help. People say, James, I know you don't do this, but I need someone who does construction. Oh yeah, just call Bill Walker, he's the best. Right? You know, does that make sense? So whatever you're doing, think about, if you don't like people, don't do what I do. All right? It's not even so much you don't like people, but it's a huge chore to interact.
Good morning, Heritage.
That
At
makes sense?
this time,